Coach, with the amount of power that y'all have had this year and 100 home runs, how much pride do you take in a guy like Allie who 30-game on-base streak just consistently kind of gets on, gets over?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, Coach Early has done such he's a completely different hitter than when he showed up here in every way. His approach at the plate, his stance, his direction, his bat, the way he swings the bat. He's hitting balls now 106, 107 miles an hour, and he's not even close to full man strength that he'll be, when he gets in professional baseball. So super proud of Ali for buying in, and Mike, the work Mike's done, and Josh Kiesel in the weight room. So it's been a big part of it.
Is there something to be said about reaching the 100 home run mark for the second time in program history?
No, but those 39 wins were cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't care about that. I mean, the homers are, for a while there, I think that's the only way we scored in the game, right? The way we scored runs the first 3 times was all homer. I mean, it's part of obviously you have big, strong players, and wind was blowing a little bit, but all those were hit pretty good. Teddy's was a rocket for sure. But that's just part of college baseball. In the SEC, there aren't. I mean, how many teams, have 70 plus homers? Probably a fair amount, and the players are so big and strong, and the bats are different, the balls are different. It's just built. That's part of the game now.
What did you think of Caden Wilson today? Was that the best
Awesome.
you've seen him this year?
I mean, I thought Brad Rudis was the key moment of the game. First and third, nobody out. We're already down 3. The game could have got away. I thought that was a huge moment. I thought Kent's obviously 2 out, 2 strike, bases clearing double, stretched the lead. But the highlight of the night, for sure, for our program moving forward is Caden Wilson. I mean, it's not even close. I mean, he was awesome, and really excited. Now we gotta, I wanted to run him back out there, but I also wanted him fresh for the weekend. So that was huge for his confidence and big for our team.
What's come around with him in the last week or so that you've leaned on him a little bit more in the weekend?
He's been healthy. He's just been able to be out there, and we trust him. He's not afraid at all. He has big confidence in himself, and I think the first 3 hits he gave up of his career were all like super tough, unlucky jam job singles, and he's done nothing but throw strikes and at high velocity and with aggression. And so tonight he threw a good changeup. He threw a couple good breaking balls. Eventually, would love to see the guy be a starting pitcher. I don't know if it'll be this year, but it's a great weapon in the bullpen considering Wansing's down, and we have Sadeo and Ashenbeck and Caden. That's huge for us.
A lot of times these midweek games are different than the weekend series, and people kind of, don't put too much stock into them as people are experimenting. But what does it say about this team that even in these midweek games, you guys are still winning?
Yeah, I mean, it says a lot about the maturity of the team. It seems like we're always playing from behind in these games, at least for a little bit. We're trying to get young pitchers time, and I was thinking during the game, like, what would that be compared to in society? It's like parenting middle schoolers is kind of what it feels like. You're like, they're so good and they have such great potential, but you're trying to get over mental hurdles. Most of it's mental, and Isaac goes out there and gets 3 outs on 7 pitches in the first inning, and then all of a sudden loses the zone. So he's not trying to throw balls. It's just the maturity of a player. It takes a while.
And we won't talk to you before you go to Baton Rouge. So I know it's not the same team as last year, but you're still going to the defending national champions.
Yeah. No one's going to look at at least we're not going to look at their record and think anything less of their team and program. They still full of great young players, great older players. Super pitching, jumps really good. Luke Holman was one of the top transfers in the country to be available. They have kind of an Ashenbeck type. I mean, he throws harder than Evan, but they have a pitcher, Herring, that is a really tough lefty that they use in any role to win games. And they have championship pedigree. They dropped 26 on somebody tonight, I think, or more than that. So I know they won a series this last weekend. So there'll be a lot on the line, and I'm sure they'll be ready to play.
What's Gavin's status for this weekend?
It should be fine. Yeah, I mean, I think if we were in a regional or something, he would have played tonight. We'll see. He moved around a fair amount today. We'll see how he feels in the next couple days. I thought Caden did a great job for us, and as of now, Gavin should be able to go this weekend.
Aggressive base running tonight, was that something that you wanted to see, or just guys?
It's something we always do. I mean, we're always trying to go first and third, and that's part of the power. And when you have teams playing so deep all the time, then you know, the first thirds are pretty easy because the outfielders are playing so deep. It doesn't really matter on their arm strength. And Chestnut, you know, I can't even begin to describe what he does on the bases. I basically put him on his own. He has such phenomenal instincts on the field as a base runner. He knows how to steal the base without going on the first move. I mean, he's got a great feel for where he pays attention to where the defense is, and if the guy puts his head down, I mean, I was looking down, the guy ends up at third base. I don't think anybody knew what happened. It just like magically appeared there.
When's the last time you had someone steal a base on a walk, throwing back to the pitcher?
Never. I mean, but I've seen him do it a lot.
Yeah.
I've seen him do it in practice. Yeah, I mean, if you slow down for a second, the thing about Travis is like, every coach wants every base runner to like, hey man, when you get to first, you're trying to get to second. When you get to second, you're trying to get to third. And most guys, they're thinking about hitting, even when they get to the bases. They're not thinking about getting to the next base. And Chestnut, that's his pride. Like, he just so dying to get to first base so that then he can showcase. It's not just the speed, it's the instincts, and that's what makes him such a weapon, is the instincts. I've coached plenty of fast guys that are bad base runners, and he's really good. He's maybe the best I've ever coached.
Thanks,
All right.
Thank you.